All right, man, talk to talk. So today's episode, yeah, excuse me. How y'all doing today? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. So today's episode, we're going to talk about Drake appeal going into what they call uh, mediation, where basically they have to sit down and talk to each other. So all that good stuff. So let's get into that, man. You already know what it is. Let's get it. All right, man. Torture Talk. You know what it is. Thank y'all for being here with me. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for everybody pulling up, man. It's so crazy. I'm starting to get recognized now. I was at the gym last night and two dudes came up to me and said, "Yo, do you got a YouTube channel?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Yo, we follow you, yo." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Oh, okay. Thank y'all." And I gave them a pound and everything, and they said, "Yo, keep doing what you doing, bro." So hey man, it's a good feeling. I get recognized now, man, and you know what I mean. It's a good feeling, man. Thank y'all for doing this for me, man. I appreciate y'all. So look, we're gonna get into this, man. If you want to leave a donation, links on the screen. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies. Thank y'all for pulling up. All the fellas, you know what time it is. And yeah, man, King of the North, 25,000 subscribers. I'll be giving away a nice size cash prize. And workshop is coming, man. I'm working on it really hard. It's still coming, man. Thank y'all. It will be coming soon, and I'm gonna do a live. And yes, I'm doing an award ceremony, big award ceremony. Yes, you know what I mean. And that's gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be lit. So I'm gonna be announcing. I don't know which Friday I'm gonna be announcing the first category with the nominees in it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I'm just excited. Thank y'all for being here. So let's get to it, man. Let's do. All right, this comes courtesy of the Ville. You know what it is, man. So let's get it, man.
There's been an update with the Drake and UMG lawsuit, the ongoing situation in court following the appeal that he had submitted on October 29th. It says here that Drake and UMG ordered to mediation in the Not Like Us legal battle, where now it looks like they have to discuss something before they continue with the appeal process. It says here that Drake and Universal Music Group have been ordered into mediation by a federal appeals court as the legal battle over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us diss track continues to escalate. The U.S. court.
Yeah, see, the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is Drake's fighting tooth and nail to actually get this case uh, resolved in a way where he's favored to win. I don't think UMG has to do anything at this point. The case is already dismissed. I believe that they're making them sit down. It's probably making them sit down to see if they can hash it out before they make a decision, because I believe that you only could get one appeal and then it's up to, I think, the courts to appeal after that. I believe that that's what it is. I believe you only could get one appeal. You can't appeal twice or three times. So I'm thinking that maybe that's the reason why the courts is like, look, if y'all can settle this before we even go this far, because it was already thrown out, maybe y'all can settle it. I don't know if Drake wants to settle, but UMG don't really have to settle anything. They don't have to pay Drake anything. Also too, I believe that if UMG was to do that, it's kind of like an admission of guilt. Like if you pay him out, it's kind of like you saying like, okay, yeah, we did kind of damage you in a way. But it could be, it don't have to even be a payout. It could be, I don't know, it could be anything else. It could be something else. But again, you never know with this guy.
Of Appeals for the Second Circuit scheduled a 3-hour telephonic mediation for December 19th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Chief Circuit Mediator Kathleen Scanlon will oversee the session. Both sides must come prepared to discuss the legal strength of their positions, potential settlement options, and whether any issues can be narrowed or clarified. The mediation follows Drake's January 2025 defamation lawsuit against UMG, which claims that the label knowingly promoted Lamar's viral hit Not Like Us, a track that accuses the rapper of being a. Though the lyrics came from Kendrick Lamar, Drake's lawsuit targets UMG, not the Compton artist himself. UMG distributes music for both artists, Drake through Republic Records and Lamar via Interscope, making the dispute even more tangled. A federal
Yeah, I never understood that why. Well, I do understand why Drake has not went after Kendrick, and because he know that that right there is career suicide. If you going after the guy who dissed you and you sue him directly, yeah, that's career suicide. Even though people try to dance around it, but technically this is what this is what he's actually doing. He's actually going after Kendrick in a way where he's going after UMG. But the crazy thing is he's going after his own record label, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? Now he's saying that they promoted Kendrick. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, I think that Drake's whole motivation behind all of this is kind of skewed, and I think his lawyers pushed him to do this, and this is where we at today. Now, going into this mitigation, where they basically sit down and talk. What are we talking about? Like, what are we really talking about? Because the case was dismissed on our side. This is UMG. So what do you have to say? What do we not even like? Because the court made him do it. So maybe the court is just looking for a way where they can actually come to some type of a agreement. You know what I'm saying? And drop it. Who knows? But I don't know. They do that also in, I believe they do this also in a family court when you have to, when you are talking to about child support. They do this too. Like they sit you in a room and they figure out what y'all can do before y'all go before the judge or whatever. So, not saying that that's exactly what it is with this, but it could be something similar to that.
judge dismissed the case on October 9th, ruling that Lamar's lyrics were protected opinion, not factual assertions. The judge cited that the nature of hip hop rivalries were exaggerated and inflammatory language is often used and rarely taken literally by listeners. Drake appealed the dismissal on October 29th, arguing that UMG acted with actual malice by promoting the song and its visuals despite knowing that accusations were false. His legal team also claimed UMG had a financial motive to support Lamar, especially since Drake's contact with the label had reportedly expired without renewal. The appeal also alleges that UMG's involvement in the song's rollout, including its artwork and music video, contributed to the threats against Drake's family and incidents at his home. The lawsuit argues that UMG helped engineer the track's viral success, prioritizing profits over safety and truth. UMG has denied all wrongdoing, stating that the lawsuit is an attempt to suppress free artistic expression. The company maintains that the lyrics fall within the genre's long-standing tradition of lyrical combat. If no agreement is reached during mediation, the case will return to the appeals process for a formal ruling. Now, if you're not...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they don't hash this out before it goes to the actual formal ruling, because he did put an appeal in, but they didn't rule whether this was going to be appealed or not. So they're saying, well, look, if you guys can actually solve this before we even get to that point, because understand, if we go to that point and we dismiss it, then that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this is kind of a small win for Drake, because now he can kind of get a little something out of this. Now I don't know if UMG is going to give up. Maybe he can negotiate his contract. Maybe he can say, look, but it could be a small win for him, but UMG still has most of the leverage. So, I mean, who knows? UMG might ask him to drop the case and they might, sign him for a certain amount of money, whatever. But he continues to be a thorn in their side. I don't know why, though, because, I mean, I guess he has his reasons.
Familiar with the mediation, especially during mid-appeals, it's a process where the parties to an appeal meet with a mutual mediator. In this case, it's Ms. Scanlon, to try and settle the case while the appeal is still pending before the appellate court.
I don't know if I said mitigation or mediation. They're kind of similar words. Let's mitigate. Let's mediate. Hey, it's really no difference.
Issues a decision. Now, the mediation could be voluntary or it could be court ordered. Considering the way that this is written, it looks like they were ordered to have this mediation by the court. And now in this case, the mediator, Ms. Scanlon, she's supposed to help the parties explore settlement options, narrow issues, or even resolve the entire dispute. And that's the interesting part that I read, right? Potential settlement options. The first thing that runs through my mind is the possibility of Drake and his lawyers wanting to sit down with this mediator and UMG across the table and wanting to figure out if they are willing to settle out of court. If they could reach an agreement that way, which, to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think UMG would do so. I don't think that they're going to give Drake money to stop, especially when they have the upper hand. UMG got the case dismissed. At this point, they really don't have anything to lose. In fact, it's the opposite. Drake has the most to lose, and UMG has the most to gain. Again, I think that the way that this is written, the court ordered them to have this meeting, ordered them to have this mediation. If it was up to UMG, there's really nothing to talk about. Now, I could say it could be the opposite for Drake and his team, considering the fact that Drake walked into this lawsuit requesting money, especially in the same article that we just read, where it says that his legal team had claimed that UMG had a financial motive to support Kendrick Lamar, especially since Drake's contract had ran up, which...
Yeah, that's kind of crazy for them to say. Like, they all in the business of making money. You gotta understand, Drake is no different. They're gonna use him to make money, just like they're gonna use Kendrick to make money. It just and I've seen people online saying, "Oh well, Kendrick Lamar, he signed a new deal 17 days or 7 days before he dropped the diss track." What? So? So what? What does that mean? Oh no, because they were working together. Like, well, wasn't Drake working with them too? Didn't they know Drake was gonna drop a diss track? They didn't. When Drake did push-ups, they knew Drake was gonna do it. When he did Tailor Made, they had to approve that. They knew he did it too. So it's like, it's crazy to me how y'all try to make excuses for this. Like, no, he know that ultimately he took a chance by battling, he lost, and then he wanted to take him to court for it, and it just didn't work out for him. That's just what it is. I don't know why y'all try to dance around it and act as if like it's not something like, bro. He did it, and it happened to him, bro. That's just that.
Always reminds us that Drake was only suing to get a better contract from UMG, thinking that they're devaluing him because he lost this battle. To be honest, never made sense to me. Why would they devalue their own artist, especially when Drake is the one that started this battle? It proves the point that we've been trying to tell people who've been siding with Drake in regards to this lawsuit. The people that say that he's only doing this for the little artists that can't speak up against a big conglomerate like UMG doesn't make any sense when he's willing to talk about negotiations, settlements, and things like that in the court of law in regards to his contract that UMG had with him. If he wants to negotiate and worry about his contract, I don't think he's worried about the other artists. I don't think he's worried about the little guy. I think he's just worried about himself. That's what we always talked about here. This was a selfish reason. This was a selfish lawsuit. Again, mediations are also important for multiple reasons, especially...
Drake think he's so tough, man. Yo, I ain't never seen that like this, bro. I'm telling you, man. Yo, some of the stuff I see online, I'll be in the bed and I look at the phone. I'll just roll back over. I'll be like, this is crazy. Oh my God. Yeah. The level of gaslighting and things that people be doing is insane, bro. I just try my hardest to be because sometimes it's very difficult for you to be as real as possible. Because sometimes you just want to just flame somebody because you see something. But I try to maneuver through things, man. Because this channel is called Torture Talk for a reason. And when I tell you, when I get in my savage mode, I just go savage, like, and it's hard to turn off. So I try to be as pleasant as possible because a lot of, man, it's so much stuff that Drake has done, and y'all fans be supporting it. It's just crazy to me. And y'all have a lot of y'all just move off y'all emotions, and y'all have these theories that's just not true, and y'all go off of that. Just because y'all feel that way. It's crazy.
During the appeal process, a mediator could also resolve things between people, between Drake, between UMG. It could also avoid a lot of time, a lot of cost. But I don't think that UMG could care less about wasting their time. I don't think this is the only lawsuit that they're involved in. This is protocol for the courts. They're making them sit down and have this type of meeting. But it doesn't mean that they're going to put their differences aside because they want to avoid the appeal process. Like I said, UMG really doesn't have anything to lose. Them getting this case dismissed worked in their favor, not Drake's. Drake needs to set up this appeal to try to make some type of shift within his own argument, within his own case. Again, we don't even know what's going to happen after his appeal is fully processed. If it gets denied, if it actually goes through, he's the one with more to lose than anything. And I don't think they're scared of Drake going all the way with this appeal. I really don't think they care at all, to be honest with you. If Drake could appeal this 100 times, I don't even think that they would care. Now, obviously, UMG is the company that Drake works for. Another reason why mediation matters in this case scenario is because he is an employee of UMG. The mediator could also be used in this case scenario to preserve any type of relationship that they have left. Try to resolve.
Yeah, it's crazy that I was just thinking about something. The hard part. Yo, Drake has a hard part in his head. That's People were saying, yeah, this is connected to the hard part 6 because he did it 6 times. Like, nah, they ain't say that part, but it's just weird to me. That's weird, but no, he's absolutely right. I just think that if you're gonna take it this far, and what are they gonna mediate? Like, what are they gonna talk about? What settlement are they coming to? Like, you're gonna drop the appeals. What are the settlement are they coming to? They're gonna what UMG is gonna do is they're gonna just take their chance. They're gonna take their chance. And 9 times out of 10, you probably gonna get denied again, and then you gets nothing. You gets nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. So we'll see what happens.
It and cooperate to sustain the relationship that UMG has with Drake. Who knows how their relationship is now? I think it's safe to say that it's still on the rocks. I don't think that UMG is giving up on Drake, and it looks like Drake is still trying to make money off of UMG. So obviously, they still have a relationship, a business transactional relationship that they have to work through. This could be another reason why the court has set up this mediator to resolve things between them. Again, you're suing your boss's company, and you're the employee. Let's find a resolve. But I don't think it's going to work out like that, to be honest with you. Now, from what I've read about mediation, there could be a full settlement. Like I said, I don't think that's going to be the option. There could be a partial settlement, but any remaining issues are going to happen moving forward. Again, I don't think they're going to give him anything. But a partial settlement is interesting because what?
Yeah. So what happens if it's dismissed, but the plaintiff is still complaining and goes, what settlement do they give him if it was dismissed? Are they? I guess y'all can answer this. I know they're not obligated to give him anything, but do y'all think that they're going to give him something to shut him up? Who knows? But what is it? Maybe they renegotiate his contract. Maybe they give him a certain percentage or something. I don't know. But why would they give him anything if they won and the case got dismissed? Why would they give him anything? That's my thing. Like, why would you?
Can they agree on and still continue? You could tell me in the comments, or no settlement at all. We're going to keep going, bro. The appeal continues normally, which is most likely what it's going to hang on. They're going to continue going, and they're going to let Drake go with his appeal. This is also going to prolong the appeal process within itself. The most common times the mediation happens is in family law.
Yo, I actually that's probably AI. I did not know that was an actual real meme. I thought it was a fake meme. That's crazy. You never know nowadays.
Custody appeals, business disputes, which this falls in the realm of, or cases where both parties want to avoid the risk of setting precedent. And I don't think that UMG cares, honestly. Like I said, Drake has more to lose than UMG at this point. Apparently, you can't file an appeal more than one time, at least from what I've looked up online. I'm not a lawyer, by the way, just putting that out there. You only get one appeal. In almost all court systems, you can appeal a final judgment one time to the next higher court. After that, appeals become optional for the higher court. Higher courts can refuse to hear further appeals. The intermediate appellate court must hear your case. The Supreme Court, or the highest court, can choose whether to take the case. Most requests are usually denied. So at this point, it seems like after this mediation, after the first appeal, this case might go into purgatory. At least that's the term that I'm going to say right now, right? Looks like it might not even go anywhere if it.
Damn, he said it might go into purgatory. Damn. That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Damn. Oh man. Shout out to the Ville. Purgatory.
To go to the higher ups. If most of them get denied, what is that going to say about this case? Again, this is a high profile case, so who knows, right? But I'll put my money on it getting denied. I'll put my money on the appeal not going through or not being successful. So the bottom line is that you get one guaranteed appeal, then possibly a discretionary appeal, and no more once the highest court is done. That is it. I think this mediation is just only to prevent the inevitable, to be quite honest with you. I don't think that anything will come after this unless the appeal actually gets approved. It's looking very dim on Drake's side, to be quite honest with you. UMG does have the upper hand, but this is a frivolous lawsuit, and everybody's been calling it frivolous since the very beginning. And these are the main reasons why. You don't really have a good fight in this situation. It doesn't make sense to continue and make the situation worse for yourself. I think you should just quit while you're ahead. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I can't see into the future. I don't know how things are going to pan out. I could only give my opinion. But y'all could tell me how you feel about this and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next.
Yeah, man. So what do I think? Do I think it's going to go far? I think it's going to get denied. I think this is why they're trying to get them to go into mediation. I think that maybe they can come to a settlement before they deny it, because once you deny it, then he can't ask for anything. So I think maybe it is a small win for him if they kind of like come out of this, whatever. But a 3-hour telephonic call, I guess they're gonna do either Zoom call or but it's not gonna be in person. So I mean, who knows? Maybe they have to. I guess they have to. I don't know. They're going to sit down with a mediator and he's going to explain whatever before they even go to the judge. If this goes to the judge, might be able to come to some type of agreement or whatever. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Torture Talk. I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.